starts as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Allen off the play fake. That is complete downfield to Knox. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and a yard, Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
57, Mike 57.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football. Because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he stopped immediately there. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Singletary again. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. To the air, Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. From midfield now, Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Allen. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Allen to throw once more. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Here we go.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football right on the money.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Again, it's Burrow. Dancing to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
49.
Now Burrow. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
On 2, ready?
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Let's go. 49.
Here's Mixon. A nice little juke. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Gun. Cut. 80. Ready, cut.
They'll run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, I mean, down early here in this first half, I think they felt their backs were against the wall already, so they go for it on 4th and goal. And they're able to punch it into the end zone.
And they did a nice job there, feeling like their backs were against the wall, but going ahead and hunkering down and pushing forward and getting that score. That continues to give them an opportunity.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one goes for 24 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From midfield, here's Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. Fields it right around the goal line and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Burrow on 3rd down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
2nd and 8. Cook up the gut, and he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now left side on the swing pass, and they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 24, Allen completes it to Davis. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Bills! Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, they run with Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
On 2.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here we go.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
180.
Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Going with their tight end on 4th. They didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 4 that time, and the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Burrow. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bills ready to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
57, Mike, 57.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And here come the Bills. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them.
Singletary loses it, and the Bengals grab it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Taylor now to return it. And a fun, close ball